going.
Oh, just getting into that.
Hello and welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast, coming to you from, I guess Larry and I are Northern Delaware, but Matt, you are Maryland. Am I correct?
Yeah, yep.
But we're actually
right on the line.
We're pretty close. You and I are actually closer to each other logistically than Larry and I are, but we're close nonetheless. Want to welcome everybody to our podcast on the Box Office Buzz 302 channel. You can catch us every week or every other week. Make sure to hit like and subscribe.
Please do.
I got Larry Loper here, my partner in crime. He is Alpha. He is Omega. He is Alpha. He is Omega. He is the man. He is here. And of course, to join us again, special guest from Matt's Monday Review, Matt Shackelford. Guys, we know what's up. We know what this podcast is about. This is about the new Superman movie and our new Super Top 10. Any questions? How'd we feel about doing this this top 10? Be honest.
Me and you spoke off of air about it, right? And I told you, like, for me, Batman was more of I was more a Batman guy. So if it came to Batman, man, listen, you got me. I'm engaging. I just believe that, and like you mentioned, I just believe because Batman is more of attainable. It's more attainable being Batman. Like, you could become rich, and if you had the money to buy all the gadgets and the cars, and I'm pretty sure if you took a flight course, you can learn how to fly a plane. It's not that hard because people do it, right? Okay. I go to Tibet, learn martial arts, all that stuff, right? And come back and be the Dark Knight. That's attainable. You could be a detective. You know, that's something that we could all be. Superman is like, one, it was like a stretch being Superman. Who's that super? You know, if you look at the reality of Superman, you know, he's weak to Kryptonite and Lois Lane. All our men are. We go weak to our ladies. I'm sorry, man. They take our powers. We were once super, then the ladies take our powers. That's my don't beat me up, ladies. I'm just telling you my personal opinion. I think we were super at one point. We found y'all became our kryptonite, and it is what it is. You know, kids come along, and then we really not Supermen anymore, but super to our kids though, hopefully. I don't know. I mean, I'm always looking forward to how they direct the Supermans, because I believe that Superman is Christopher Reeve is Superman. So that's the marker for me. I think he did one of the best jobs of setting the bar for Superman, even though he wasn't the first Superman. I just thought that, in my opinion, he was Superman, right? So when the new movie came out, I just want to see how it was directed, because I thought that Zack Snyder did an excellent job directing the previous Supermans. I just thought he did a great job when he brought it back. It was great. But Henry Cavill as Superman, yes. And we'll get into the list, but yes, he to me was a great directing. So about this new one that came out, you know, for those that haven't saw it, spoiler alert. Okay, Matt, you gave a great review on it. I like James Gunn's. I like his directorial approach to movies. I do. I love what he did with what's the movie with the Guardian Galaxy. Guardian Galaxy. You know, he always made it interesting. He made a great movie out of Guardian Galaxies. I like his approach. Only, I would say it was good. Will I put it into the great category? No, but I'll say it was good. Right? As best he could do with Superman. The part I didn't like too much, or I didn't agree with that much, was just the flip. When the people started hating Superman, when the tape came out, Lex Luthor on there, I just didn't believe it was genuine. Like, one minute the guy he was just, oh my God, it's Superman. And next thing you know, you hate Superman off a video that is sketchy at best about what his parents said, but the guy just literally fought for you, but you flipped on him that fast. It's a stretch. It was a stretch emotionally. I didn't feel the emotion of why you would hate him like that. You know what I mean? Lex Luthor, I mean, the dude from the X-Men tried his best. You know, he tried his best. I didn't get super evil Lex, and I didn't get super genius Lex. You know, because Lex was both. I didn't get them vibes. Um, the Martian dude was cool. I thought the Martian dude was cool. I think what they're doing with Green Lantern, if they're trying to set up Green Lantern, thought that was cool. And I definitely like um, Mr. Terrific or was it Mr. Terrific?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he carried the movie. Honestly, um,
Mm-hmm.
really, for a small parts, I thought he carried the movie. Um, and the dog, I like the dog too.
Crypto.
Crypto, I thought Crypto was cool. You know, so it had parts. It had parts. It definitely had parts. Once again, I think they had sped that whole thing up. So when they sped it up, it felt like it was sped up. You know, it's like, are you trying to get to it? But it did live. They did leave enough room for follow up, so that was cool because you can see a follow up coming up. And I thought that you know, the new Superman dude, I thought he did a good job as being Superman. I thought he did a real good job being Superman.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so you got it in the good, not great category.
Hmm.
I am in the same boat with you. I also have it in the good, not great. There were some parts I really liked. There were some acting that I really liked. Um, little things that I caught that I thought were good, and then there were some things that I didn't love. So with the positive, so one of the things that I used to argue with people when it came to Superman, and it was actually addressed in this movie, which is the first time somebody actually agreed with me, and it was in the movie itself, was I never considered Superman an alien. He is technically an alien. He's from another planet, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But Superman shows more emotion than, like you said, like Batman. I know you're like Batman is more relatable to you, minus the whole, seeing your parents murdered in an alleyway kind of deal. But Superman, obviously with the super strength and the flying and the speed, but his greatest power, and it was really in this movie done very well. His greatest power is his empathy. That's his greatest power, how he feels, his emotions towards people and situations, how it's just an instinct for him to help and to feel emotion, anger, sadness, revenge, all these things. That's human. That is the human element in his personality. That's human. Okay. The fact that the sun and the atmosphere gave him his superpowers in Krypton, he would be just like you and I. He wouldn't be able to fly. He wouldn't be strong. He wouldn't be fast. Wouldn't have none of that. So it's because he came here that gave him the powers. He wasn't actually born with powers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
exactly. You're right.
he wasn't born with any powers. It took them coming over here and adapting to our sun
Hmm.
for the power for him to get those powers.
Great point, Gil.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's that's one of the things that I liked. I also like for example, like the two parts that I liked most in the movie was all three parts was him saying that he is human. That's one. Two was when I say empathy, when he said that he was going to turn himself in the police, and Lois Lane was like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, at least if I go there, I might be able to get information to find out what crypto is because the
Mhm.
dog was missing."
Yeah,
And Lois Lane's like, "It's just a dog." And Superman's immediate reaction was, "Yeah, and it's not even a good one, but he's probably alone and he's probably scared."
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah,
Superman,
yeah,
not the
Right.
super strength, not the super abilities. That right there, that's his humanity.
yeah,
That's Superman.
yeah.
And the third thing, which I don't know how many people focused, maybe if you're a father, which the three of us are, maybe you felt something. I know I did. But at the end, when they're showing Superman as a toddler, and he's playing with the Kents, and Jonathan Kent, his adopted father, picks him up over his head like he's flying, and he's got the hands out like he's flying. I just thought it was pretty neat that little Superman was pretending to be Superman.
Yeah.
Because how many times have we done that with our kids? We pick them up and we tell them, stick out your arms, you're flying like Superman. Dun, da, da, na, 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 na. We've all done it. We've all done it. There's only one Superman. And the fact that Jonathan Kent is holding up Clark Kent and making him act like Superman as a toddler, I thought that was sweet. Sweet. And I admit, I felt a little something. I really did. Got to me. Got to my heartstrings a little bit. Now, let's go to some of the negative. Again, for me personally, and this is something since I'm a kid, I don't like seeing Superman get hurt. Just a thing. He's Superman. He's the man. He's the guy. Okay? And I don't like seeing him get hurt. I don't like seeing him bleed. And by the way, when he bleeds, his blood is red, just like the rest of us humans. And in this movie, he got his ass kicked a lot. The movie starts with him getting his ass kicked and needing help from Krypto to go back to the Fortress of Solitude. Okay? Superman is the top dog. I don't need to see him 80% of the movie getting his ass whooped. And as soon as the movie starts, getting his ass whooped. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
He's Superman. And with that, I didn't like, okay, it's a Superman movie. You want to have other superheroes in it. I thought they gave them a little bit bigger parts than I would have liked. It's not Justice League or Justice Gang. It's a Superman movie. So I thought Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, I thought they were in it a little more than I would have liked, especially Mr. Terrific, despite being a great character. But they went to save him. This is Superman. You don't save Superman. With all due respect, and I mean this respectfully, and I love Green Lantern. I got a tattoo of Green Lantern on my arm. But Green Lantern, whichever version you want, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, respectfully, are not a pimple on Superman's tushy. Okay? They should not be saving him. He should be saving them and everyone else. It was a Superman movie. And the other thing, and I'm going to agree 100% with Larry on this, man, the people turned on Superman quick. All that equity on him saving and doing the right thing for the last 3 years or whatnot. One video that could have been doctored, man, it took no time for them to flip. You got a foreign country getting in the middle of war, holding up a made Superman flag, but the Americans, I mean, truth, justice in the American way. He's our guy. He's our guy, and you're going to turn on him like that? When he walks away, you're going to throw a can at his head? That's terrible. That's terrible. You know, think of the real world now. Think of President Trump. You have the supporters, you have the naysayers. So if a video were to come out to discredit Trump, 95% of the supporters are still going to support him. Okay? And then if you find out later on that video was doctored or not real, and the liberals were wrong or whomever were wrong in hating President Trump, still 95% of them are gonna have their reasons to still hate him. And you're not. My point is, if you love him, you're not gonna let an outside entity, truth or not truth, change your mind more than likely. And their minds changed like that. I thought that was crazy. This is Superman. You turn your back on Superman like that because a video just came out, because some bald dude said it's all legit. Why you believe in him over Superman, where you saw him saving people, saving animals, helping buildings not fall apart and fall on people and stuff like that. You just turned your back like that. I didn't like that. So those were 3 positive things I liked about the movie, 3 negative things I didn't like the movie. Overall, I did like it. I agree with you. David Cornsweet, I thought he did a very good job. Christopher Reeve is my Superman, and I will go to my grave with Christopher Reeve being my Superman. Yeah. But I do like how David Cornsweet's version was. And a side note, Superman's supposed to be tall. He doesn't have to be super muscular, but he has to be tall. And that's what I didn't like about Henry Cavill. Yeah. He was noticeably shorter than Ben Affleck. And Superman is not shorter than Batman. Not. Comic book, live action, any version. And that's one of the things, one of the few things that I did not like about Henry Cavill casting as Superman. And he also has British teeth. And you know what I'm talking about when I say British teeth. Got a little snaggletooth popping out. Superman's supposed to look near perfect. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, and Matt, I know again, you've done your review. You did it last week. If you want to reiterate or add to it, please, the floor is yours.
So I just want to add, I did go see it again, as I had mentioned in my review that I probably would. So a few things I noticed in this film that made me like it a little bit more on the second watch. Like I said, going in, kind of knowing what I was in for and being able to go in a little bit less biased. So Superman at the beginning of the movie is fighting a mechanized, warrior who, spoiler alert, you later find out is Ultraman, right? So he goes to the Fortress of Solitude after meeting, you get introduced to Krypto, and then you go back, and then the robots, and then he gets healed. And I think it was like a sun magnifier. They just shifted and like amplified the sunlight onto him. And obviously it hurt this damaged Superman. It's probably, full cellular regeneration all at once. Probably doesn't feel awesome. But if you notice when he was done, the robot, I think 12 said, you're only healed to 83%. And he said, I got to get back in the fight. 84. 84.
It was robot 4. No, it was robot 4.
4? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they said, you're only healed to 83%. And he went and said, I got to get back in the fight. And then so he left and went right back. So he's almost 20% less power, who is fighting an Ultraman who is a cloned Superman, but better, perfected. Mm-hmm. So he's fighting a better version of himself in LexCorp armor when he's at 83% power. So it makes sense that he would be kind of getting his butt kicked. Mm-hmm. So that to me, and then he doesn't, I don't think he goes and gets healed, except for the one time they said it'll take him 2 days or something, and then it didn't later on in the film. But so he's not operating at full power. And I feel like when you have a suit, and I'll get into something later because it's further down my list, but it's a comparison to this. When you have a Superman that is saving squirrels and being this heart of gold, like you said, Gil, I need to go get this dog because it's a piece of crap, but he's probably lonely. You know that he's pulling his punches. He's probably trying not to hurt. So even at 83% power and then still trying to not hurt anybody, because he even mentions that, what was it? I think it was Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern, where he was like, I'm trying to, what was he? I'm trying to talk him out of this so we can still save him or still salvage this. And he was just like, what? And you know what I mean? And it was absolutely crazy. And then I wasn't crazy about the whole segment of, so I'm not 100% sure who that was supposed to be. The elemental guy that turned into kryptonite in the cube. Yeah. That was a lot of CGI. Yeah. Like that whole like
Mhm.
other portal thing and the cubes and the guy and the characters and everything. I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's very
when he was
Marvel.
carrying the baby,
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
was a
the
lot.
baby that was terrible.
it
Yeah,
was
I
terrible,
mean,
right?
oh my God, it was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I'm starting to like that character a little bit better. It'll be cool, like I said at the end of my review, if they set it up for future movies, which I feel
Right.
like they're doing, to see him at full power and to see him up against, you know, some other hopefully bigger creatures. Because if you're already having Hawkgirl and Green Lantern and Mr. Terrific, who was the GOAT in that movie, I mean, if there's not a Mr. Terrific movie in the next 2 years, they're missing. It'll get more money than Superman for sure. That dude was badass. I don't know. He was awesome. Dude's like back flipping while destroying robots, sending out his little discs, and then just floating on his
not
chair.
discs. Don't call them discs.
No, not
You
discs.
didn't like that.
Spheres.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spheres.
I call them this. Yo.
Yeah, the T spheres. Yep. Those I loved every second of Nathan Fillion, and I can't remember the actor who played Mr. Terrific, but he was in the X-Men movies a while back.
First class.
Yeah.
The first class, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. The
Yeah.
element, and my man said, or eat this.
Yeah, he put Uh-huh. Dude, that was Kevin Bacon. Yep.
Yeah.
Yup.
Mhm. But you know, to not to drag it too much on, but I like it better than I did a week ago when I did the review, because I've had a lot of time to think about it. I've had a rewatch, and I really like the what was his name, David Corn.
Yup.
I like that dude as Superman. He's got the right look. He looks like Superman.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, Henry Cavill looked like Superman, but meh. You know, he makes a better Witcher for sure.
He definitely do.
Yeah.
You know about Richard Gil?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 seasons. I didn't like the second season as much, and I didn't watch the third.
Well, they recast in the third, right?
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Hemsworth brother that's not Chris.
Yeah.
Liam.
Was it
Oh,
Liam?
Liam. Yeah, Liam's Hemsworth is Gerald or Geralt in the next one.
Hmm.
And they just think nobody will notice. Like, come on.
Right.
Turn the Cavill beefcake into somebody totally different.
So it's kind of funny how I don't know how this has happened over the years, but Nathan Fillion has played some version of Green Lantern for over a decade, well over a decade. He voices Hal Jordan in a bunch of animated movies.
Mm-hmm.
And he played in live action in this one. I mean, it's not a Hal Jordan Green Lantern, but still. And he's in a lot of James Gunn movies. He's in all 3 Guardians of the Galaxy.
He is. Yeah.
But he's a different character in each one.
Yep.
He was also in the second Suicide Squad movie. That's the one that James Gunn directed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the starfish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, Idris Elba instead of Will Smith.
Yep.
Yes. And even though that technically wasn't the same character, they were basically the same.
Yeah.
And he was in this, and he's probably going to be in another one. They obviously got Bradley Cooper to play
Jarrell.
Jarrell. What? How do you pronounce it? Is it wait? Hold on. It's Jarrell, right?
Yeah, Jor-El.
Oh,
Jor-El.
Jarrell. Yeah. So he played Superman's father, and he was speaking that different language. Obviously, he did the voice of Rocket Raccoon in the Guardians of the Galaxy. So James Gunn's brother had a small cameo in this one, like just before he went into a cab or something like that. He had like one line. But yeah, so he likes to reuse his dudes. Obviously, we saw John Cena as Peacemaker, a small cameo, which, by the way, Peacemaker season 2 comes out next month. And we saw that Frank Grillo played General Flag in this movie.
Yep.
He will be in season 2 of Peacemaker as General Flag, and he also voiced General Flag in the that animated one that came out?
Creature
Commandos.
Yeah, which was
good. He was the voice.
He was the voice.
That's crazy. I love Frank Grillo. He was Crossbones, right, in the Marvel movies.
He was Crossbones, and he was in this last season of Tulsa King.
He was. Yeah, I forgot about that. Man,
he did some good work, man. And he did Ted Deadly's Prisons and stuff. When he went to his prisons and stuff.
I did watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of work, man. He been getting a lot of work.
He did a fight documentary about boxing as well, and went around and traveled a bunch of different, like Thailand, Muay Thai and stuff.
Well, he's trained. He's got like he's got MMA training. So
that's awesome.
That's what you want. You want a guy that can talk it because he lives it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're all a Frank Grillo fan. Larry, you got to start watching Tulsa King. It's on Paramount Plus.
I started watching it, man. I started watching the other night.
Oh, you did?
I did start watching it, yeah.
Okay. By the way, on a side note, did you watch Bound, Mr. Matt?
I haven't. It's still up on my tab over here.
Larry saw it.
I saw it. I saw it the next night. It's gangster.
Yeah,
I told you.
It's still on my list.
I told you.
It definitely gave me it put me in like the 80s, 90s vibes, but it was gangster.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys ready to do your top 10?
Yes, sir.
I suppose.
All
right, man. So
I guess Crackalack and Larry lead off.
Sir. My 10 was only because I probably should have watched more animated films because it wouldn't have made my list at all. My 10. The Superman Returns, directed by Bryan Singer, with Brandon Routh, which was the worst Superman ever. Kevin Spacey was Lex Luthor, waste of a character. I mean, he did a great job being Lex, but it was just a bad movie. It was terrible. He never was Superman to me. They tried, it failed. It was bad, especially after Christopher Reeves. That was a follow-up. Superman Returns was no, should never let him return. No. So it made my list, but it don't deserve to be on anybody's list. It was that bad.
Make that make sense. You've said nothing but bad stuff about it, but
because once again, I started saying if I would have watched more animated films, I would have put the animated one on there. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to put fluff on here. I'm not going to just throw movies I haven't seen fully. I'm not going to do that. I've seen this fully. Once again, Gil, I don't have honorable mentions, so I don't have a lot of Superman films that I can say I have watched and enjoyed, okay? So the ones that above this, I have enjoyed, okay? This is the only one I haven't. So I'm trying to give it justice, but I can't. It just made my list because I'm running out of movies to put on my list. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, brother.
As long as it makes sense to you.
Yeah, you're going to hate my list.
So truthfully, my opinion on that movie is exactly the same. That's why it didn't make my top 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry, America. I'm being honest here, and I could have gave y'all fluff, right? But I'm not going to give you fluff. And once again, if this was Batman, I'd have had Marvel Mitch, all type stuff going on. But it's okay. It's Superman. We're going to stick to the script.
All right. Well, sticking with the script, my number 10, guess what? It's the James Gunn's Superman. We've already talked about it. Don't need to talk about it. I thought it was good. It makes my top 10. And you know what's funny about this movie? I bet you never thought about this because I just found this out today, and I didn't even think about it prior to today. This is the only Superman movie, the only one that is just called Superman. Everything else is Superman 2, Superman 3, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Yep.
Even the original Superman is called Superman the movie.
Yep.
This is the only one that's just called Superman. That's it. So it made my number 10, and I'm looking forward to more James Gunn movies in the DC universe. Matt, you're number 10.
Oh, am I second?
Oh, you're third.
You're third. We just went 1, 2, 3.
So my number 10 has a lot more to do. The placing is more to do with the writing than the actor or the movie itself. And it's 2013's Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder. This. So I feel like I mentioned this slightly in my review, but the Henry Cavill Superman didn't have enough dialogue for me to make it Superman. But the way he was portrayed as, you know, his punches shatter buildings was awesome. When he's breaking the sound barrier flying through the air, you can hear him coming. When he breaks the surveillance drone and throws it down at that general, you can hear ooh before he comes down. Like, just the detail put into like how his powers work, I thought was really cool. The fact that, you know, Zod was kind of in there. Not, I mean, he was the main antagonist, but it was cool how they showed the difference of, like you said, Gil, him like getting his powers on Earth because of the yellow sun versus the red sun on Krypton, but being raised by people who were always pretty much telling him to, like, oh no, they'll dissect you if you do that. No, you'll be alienated. No, don't hide it. So he never got the experience to really just, you know, get his training wheels and go out and do everything until he was older. So Zod coming down and being able to fly and use his laser beams and being able to have full access to his strength because he had studied the yellow sun and the effects, and then also being a warrior, watched, you know, Clark do his stuff and just imitated it, knowing, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. I like the big, strong, stoic, you know, building shattering Superman, but it's number 10 because I feel like if they gave him more dialogue, he would not have stood in, what was it, City Hall, and just stood there while the bomb exploded. And I mean, he would have saved as many people as he could, because when he saw, I mean, the slow-mo started and he just closed his eyes and went like this as it engulfed everybody, he would have at least flown and got 3 or 4 people and went out the side of the building. I mean, it's Superman.
Wasn't that, wait a minute, wasn't that when he was in the courtroom? And wasn't that Batman Superman?
It was a Senate building.
Yeah, but just the character of the Superman, just the way that Superman is portrayed.
Right. Yeah, there was a split second where it's like, this is gonna blow up, and he closed his eyes.
Yeah, but I mean, I liked Man of Steel. It was, I mean, I saw it in 3D like 3 times. I got the poster. I bought the little card, you know, the little steel card for the limited edition tickets. Like, it was a big event. I liked it when it came out.
I liked it a lot too, and
but more for the action than because of Superman, though.
That's a fact.
That scene when Kevin Costner dies and he screams out "Dad," that gets me, man. Yeah, I mean, he put it all on his face there.
Yeah,
because you know he could have saved them.
Yeah,
he could have saved them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no sound. It's just,
he sold it.
Just all in his face, screaming "Dad" with no volume.
That was a good one.
It gets you. So that's man, if that's your number 10, woo, you're gonna have some list there.
Yeah,
all right.
It's a crazy list.
Larry, is your number 9 a movie you liked?
Yes, it is. I told you, from moving on, everything else I like. So we good. I'm sorry, America. Once again, man, I'm the oddball, man. I'm the odd father of this thing right here. It's cool though. I'll take
odd
that.
Father.
The odd father.
You should make that a shirt. The odd father.
The odd father. My number 9, man, is actually what you just mentioned, Superman the movie. Yeah, Superman the movie. 1978, man. This was our introduction to Christopher Reeves as Superman. And Marlon Brando was Jor-El, but Marlon Brando was Jor-El, man. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The Godfather, y'all. For the who don't know, whoever's blind to movies, he's the Godfather, y'all. And Gene Hackman was I thought was Lex Luthor. He was Lex. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was Lex. Like the way he was zany enough, he was evil enough, he was smart enough, and it's Gene Hackman, which is a great actor. So I thought that first Superman, and for it to be shot in '78, and with the obviously is not what it is now with the CGI and everything, but they did a great job of just especially in that time stamp that wasn't done then, you know. And I always think that I love when movies are made that way because it was like raw, it was real, it was like you could touch, you could feel it. It was something outside him flying, obviously, but I'm just talking about everything else in the movie. It was attainable. Because nowadays they'll shoot movies, man. It's green screen, everything, like you just said, man. Too much CGI, overkill. Sometimes they just do too much, man. Too much. Sometimes I love that feel. Like, I don't know, like I was looking at some earlier today when a McDonald's Big Mac used to be 65 cents back in the day, with the cardboard box. It was real. You remember it was real. It was like the cardboard box.
Seemed like a big sandwich too back
then. It was. It was like, yeah, you got to bang for your buck, right? Nowadays, everything is just high price, overinflated, inflated, undervalued. So I love texture. I love old good cars. I love stuff like that, man. And that's what I get from that movie. The original Superman, the movie.
I love the original. All right, my number 9 is my first animated movie. It's Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Came out in 2020. And part of the reason why I like this movie is it has Lobo in it and Martian Manhunter. And usually Martian Manhunter, when it comes to like Justice League, he kind of gets lost in the shuffle. Like he's there, but he's not like one of the main guys. He's just like, co-star, part of the ensemble. Here, he had a much bigger part, and I love Lobo. Love Lobo. The bounty hunter, which, by the way, what's his name? Kevin Momoa has already been cast to play Lobo in James Gunn's DC universe. I don't know if he's going to get his own movie or not, but he won't be playing Aquaman anymore. He'll be playing Lobo. So, and he kind of looks like Lobo.
Yeah.
I think
he's got the whole personality for it.
Personality too, yeah. Man. I'm the main man, with the cigar and the the spaceship / motorcycle that he gets around in. I think he'll kill it. I think that's a perfect casting. I thought he was good as Aquaman. Better than I thought he was going to be, but I think as Lobo, he's going to be perfect. So, and Superman, he's learning his powers in this one. He's young. A lot of the movie, he's not even in the Superman costume when he fights. He's like in regular clothes, but he just, it's like a disguise, like he's wearing a hat and a coat and stuff like that. And he fights Lobo dressed like that. So that is my number 9. Have you ever seen that movie, Matt?
Yes. It is. It may or may not be on the list.
Silence is golden. All right, Matt, you're number 9.
Number 9 is Superman Doomsday from 2007, directed and art styled by Bruce Timm, who does a lot of cool Superman, Batman, Justice League. Was huge in the 2000s era of DC Comics in the animated universe. Pretty typical stuff. It's a Doomsday movie, big fight, Superman, Doomsday, and it encompasses where he gets killed by Doomsday and then comes back with the black suit and the mullet. Mm-hmm. So I think that's cool because that's, I think, one of the only iterations we've really gotten of that Superman, where he comes back from being killed almost more powerful, but for some reason grew a mullet while he was dead. So it's just a really cool movie. There's a lot of movies that have like a doomsday-esque, like the was it Justice League?
Yep.
Justice League had a doomsday thing. It looked like a big Ninja Turtle.
Yeah,
Superman
that
versus
was at the
Batman.
end of
Superman versus Batman.
Superman.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Or Batman versus Superman. Yep.
Because in Justice League, they brought him back to life.
Yep. They brought back the light to fight.
Yeah.
Our boy.
Like,
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf, heck yeah, man.
Steppenwolf.
Darkseid's
Dark
minion.
side. Yeah. They need to bring that dark side, man.
Dude. They only tease Darkseid though.
Yeah, they teased him, man.
You know, they showed Darkseid in the Snyder's uncut, not Snyder's version, the uncut version.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But in the theatrical version, you know, that's Steppenwolf doing the attack.
I know.
Buddy, but in the Snyder's version,
Snyder when it was
came out and they put in Darkseid.
They put Darkseid, y'all.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman stabbed him in the eye with the sword, so he couldn't keep doing the laser beams.
And then it was a whole different type of Steppenwolf. He did a whole different like kind of thing with Steppenwolf.
He looked way better.
Yeah, they redesigned his whole character. I mean, his face was the same, but his whole armor was different.
It was like spiky.
Spiky, yo.
Yeah, much better.
Much better. But it was a 4-hour version of the
movie. which I'm okay with. I liked it a lot better. It cleaned up the movie. It made the Flash less stupid. I mean, it gave a plot point. It had the whole him having to go back in time plot point that really mattered, which didn't in the other version.
Yep.
So, I mean, 4 hours or 10 hours, it was a decent movie.
Yeah, it was. I like that version.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Larry.
All right, my brother. My 8, and the only reason this is low because you mentioned he wasn't just like he didn't have a whole bunch of burn, but I thought he did his thing in the movie. This was Justice League 2017, Zack Snyder, and Henry Cavill being Superman when they brought him back to life to fight Steppenwolf. And he kicked the behind of the Justice League because he didn't know that he was Superman. And then it came for Lois Lane to come through and remind him who he was. And then went out to Kansas and saw the farm and all that good stuff. And it's just Superman, man. He shows you like, yeah. And he kicked Steppenwolf behind, man. And, you know, they all kicked his behind. Even though it was a small part, I thought he was like the end cap of that whole movie. If we want to put it all on the movie, it'd been that last scene when he fought Steppenwolf. That was the movie to me. We built the whole characters up, but that scene right there was just the whole movie for me. You kill all the build up, and if you want to give me the movie, that's it. So it made 8 only because of he didn't have a huge part because it was so much build up of all the other characters to build the Justice League. But I thought he still did his thing in that movie.
All right. Well, Justice League did not make my movie just for the reasons that you just said. His part was too small. Up until the end, up until the part where he gets, brought back to life and he fights Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Aquaman.
Cyborg.
I mean, and Cyborg. Yeah. He kicks all their asses in 5 minutes, which is why I said he's the man. And then he's not brought back again until the very end, and he beats Steppenwolf like nothing, like no problem. So he because of that, it did not make the list for me. My what are we up to? 8?
Yep.
My number 8 is an animated movie. It's called Superman/Batman Public Enemies. Came out in 2009, and I like the animation in this movie because they're very muscular in this animation, and it's about Luthor is the president. Lex Luthor is the president, and of course he hates Superman, so he kind of tries to get all the villains around to try and capture and bring in Superman and Batman because he's there too. And when that doesn't work, he's like, well, I'll get all the superheroes then to bring them in. I thought the story was good. Action was good. You get a lot of characters in this movie. And Superman and Batman got to team up and basically fight everybody. and they do a pretty damn good job at it too. So my number 8, Superman / Batman, Public Enemies.
Good pick. Good movie.
Good movie, Gil.
Thank you. Matt, you're number 8.
Number 8 is a similar tone of my number 9. It is the extended The Death and Return of Superman from 2018, which I believe is 3 movies. Was it The Death of Superman, Reign of the Supermen, and The Return of Superman? Which basically is kind of what we just talked about. It's a doomsday, Superman death, Superman gone. Reign of the Supermen is the replacements, basically everyone trying to fill the void, and then the return of Superman. It's very long, but it's amazing. Like I said, I didn't have any issue with the remake of the Justice League, the Snyder Cut, being 4 hours. I didn't watch the black and white one, but this is really good. The Death and Return of Superman. If you have the time, audience or whoever, definitely check it out, because it kind of encompasses everything. It's kind of like a beginning of Superman, how he's there saving the world, everybody loves him, the Lois Lane, the Jimmy Olsen, the Daily Planet. You got all the Superman. You got the drama of him dying. You got Lois weeping. You got, like I said, trying to fill the void with the Reign of the Supermen. You got all these different Supermen that are kind of definitely less powerful and shoddy imitations. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, Superman comes back. And then it's, oh man, it's just a really good all encompassing. Now you can watch them separately. But I think you can buy this whole thing on Amazon. I think it's under $20 now for the whole kit and caboodle. So definitely highly recommend the number 8 there.
It's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
Heck yeah.
All right, Larry, number
My
7.
number 7 is Superman the Third, and that was shot in 1983, and it was obviously Christopher Reeves, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was in this one, man. He was Gus Gorman, and it's
otherwise known as Slapstick Superman.
Yeah. Oh man. Once again, I'm a huge fan of Christopher Reeves as Superman. So all them joints made my list. It's just what place did it place, And I was next on the back because that was like, it wasn't the best one that I liked, but it was I liked this one with Richard Pryor. He was cool. It's Richard Pryor. I don't know much to elaborate. It's him trying to save the world, and he was like this kind of nuclear guy. I don't know. Gus Gorman was like this, Richard Pryor trying to be evil, which is
wasn't it Nuclear Man? That was
that was 2. That was in actually that was in 4. Nuclear Man.
That was yep.
That was 4. Yep. He was just a smart like scientist type dude, Richard Pryor, which he was trying to put was nuclear. I think he's trying to blow up the world or something, and then Superman came through and thwarted his efforts. So that's I don't have too many animated joints on here, so that made my 7.
Heck yeah.
I hated that movie.
Did you?
I knew that was coming.
I hated that movie. I saw that in the summer of 1983, and I remember my first day of school in 3rd grade. Teacher asked us to do a little essay about what you did this summer, and my essay consisted of me saying I was so excited to see Superman 3, and it sucked. And I got in trouble for reading it out loud and saying it sucked. He said, you should have said it was bad or you were disappointed. I said no, because it sucked. It was terrible. Man. It was Richard Pryor, not funny. And if it wasn't, I said in the movie, there's a chick that actually prefers dorky Clark Kent over Superman. She actually liked Clark Kent and wanted to date Clark Kent instead of Superman. If it wasn't for the fight scene between Clark Kent and Superman in the junkyard, that movie would have been straight up trash. Trash. That is a terrible pick. Terrible.
That's your opinion, man. I like the movie.
You got 2 picks on your list that I don't like.
What I love the movie, so that's my opinion. I like the movie.
And this is my opinion. I think it sucks.
Great. I thought it was great.
I think that movie sucked.
Now the 10, yeah, you got me on the 10th one, but the 7th,
I got you on this one too.
Nah, heck nah, man. It's a good movie.
Get out of here. It sucked.
It's a good movie, bro.
No, it was a bad movie.
It was a good movie, bro.
It was a bad movie.
Go back and watch it again.
Go watch more. You had 2 weeks to watch animated movies. You're pushing it. Get out of here. I'm
telling you, Matt, it wasn't that bad, Matt.
It was that bad. It was that bad and a little worse because it sucked. I told my teacher, Mrs. Friedman, it sucked.
If you do the homework on Superman 3, there was a clause in there that Richard Pryor had creative control of the film. That's why that movie...
I should blame arguably the funniest comedian of all time that he almost killed an entire franchise.
Well, that's why I say slapstick Superman, because the bits, I feel like they weren't Richard Pryor comedy. It was like he was attempting to do, what's the old, like almost like a chatty Charlie Chaplin. If that makes sense. And it just didn't work. Like the dimwit, oh, Superman's got to save the nerdy guy again. You know what I mean? It's very Uma Thurman, Poison Ivy, before the Poison Ivy.
The Batman and Robin one from the mid-90s.
Yes. I don't know. To me, I was like, it's not really a Superman movie. It's kind of like Richard Pryor, the movie featuring Superman. Is if they had done that, it would be like, okay, it's a Richard Pryor film. I get it. And Superman, Christopher Reeve is in it. That's awesome. That would take the movie up a notch. But because they call it Superman 3, it sucks.
Like this is a Richard Pryor movie with special guests.
America, I need your opinion on this, America, because I'm getting double teamed by Matt and Gil. So America, please like, subscribe to the channel, because I need to know y'all opinion, man. Now, if it truly sucked, man, we'll double back, and when football come around, whatever, man, I say I was wrong. Y'all, nah, man, I'm standing on my 2. I like the movie. I'm current over I said.
Matt said it. Matt said your selection here sucked too.
Yeah, I know. It's cool. It's Superman. I'm not a big Superman fan, so it's Superman.
And it shows.
It's Superman. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a Batman fan. I'm not really a Superman fan. It's hard for me to get up for Superman.
You had 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks of me watching Superman to realize I really don't like Superman. Like, I don't like Superman. I love Batman, though.
Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry, man. Just he's not that
Truth,
Superman.
justice, and the American way. Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry, Matt. What's your 7, Matt?
Oh, number 7. Ah, well, it's number 7.
Wait a minute. I can do mine. I just told you that yours sucks.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even do mine. Look at this guy trying to skip me.
They were just saying skipping you, Gil.
He's trying to skip
what was your 7,
like
Matt?
my opinion.
No, what's your 7, my brother?
My 7, Matt already kind of mentioned it. Reign of the Supermen, which is 2019, and it's post after Superman dies, and there's 4 new Supermen that are kind of flawed. They all think that their way of protecting Metropolis and the planet is the right way. You'd think throughout the movie that Cyborg Superman is the nicest and the best one. You find out he's actually the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the young Superman, like the Superboy, he's actually the best one. And they introduce Steel in the movie too. So
I like Steel. Yeah.
Reign of the Supermen is my number 7. What is your number 7, Matt?
Number 7 has been talked about very well by Gil, is Superman Batman Public Enemies from 2009. just in the cool way that it's like Gil mentioned, Lex Luthor's the president, and basically what does Lex Luthor do? As Lex Luthor does, says these guys are now America's most wanted, world's most wanted. Bring these guys in, and now these guys have no help, and anywhere they go, they're at risk of being turned in. So it's kind of neat to see almost the aspect of kind of Batman carrying Superman just a little bit, because Superman is always flying above the people. He's in everybody's faces. He knows loved by the people. And now all of a sudden he's public enemy number one. But Batman's used to the shadows. So he's kind of got to teach him to kind of stay out of the spotlight a little bit, which ultimately doesn't work out because they, get to the bottom of it and can Lex Luthor out and then everything's good. But yeah, like Gil did a pretty good job talking about it. But number 7, Public Enemies.
One thing that I missed out. Well, two things. One thing that I missed out on that movie, and they had a ton of characters in it. That movie makes you become a fan of Power Girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She doesn't have very many roles anywhere, really.
She is a little more mature physically, Supergirl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the other thing that I wanted to mention, and we said it before, I just want to say it again. Larry's number 7 sucked.
Well,
that's just to reiterate.
Maybe his number 6 is better.
Well, number 6 should be better because Matt already talked about it, so it is better. It's the death of Superman. My only animated one on here, so I actually like that one. That was dope. With him fighting Doomsday, and it took for him Doomsday almost about to kill Lois Lane for him to kill Doomsday, and I think that's every man right there. I don't care if you was a wimp and you don't got nothing in you. If somebody's trying to harm your family or somebody you love dearly, that inner Superman's gonna come out you, man. You'll give it all away, man. So I like that part of it. And then he died. He died in his woman's arms, and the whole world cried for him, and I felt that right there, man. For an animated picture, man, I felt that. So that was a real good one, man. That was a tearjerker if you was that type of guy,
for sure.
100%.
So was my 6 good?
That one's a good one.
All right, cool.
That's a good one. All right, my number 6. I just rewatched it like a day or two ago. I had seen it and I didn't really remember it, and it was an option, and I watched it again. I'm like, man, this was pretty good. Different take. So my number 6 is Superman Red Sun, which came out in 2019, which is basically if Superman landed in Russia instead of Smallville, Kansas, how things would have been different. He still would have been Superman, but he would have had a Russian accent. And some of the characters are a little different. Batman's in this one. He's a little different. Batman's not such a sweetheart. One.
He didn't have his no-kill policy.
Yeah. The no-kill policy, it went out the window. Lex Luthor is different in this one. Wonder Woman's basically the same, and basically, and it was kind of funny though when Superman went in for a kiss. And she's like, why, I stay on an Amazon island with just women, right? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
A lot of softball games.
And then they tune into the WNBA on Sunday. Anyway. So, and Brainiac was in this movie too. So that was pretty cool. So if you want to see a different kind of Superman, where the character by name is familiar, but their role is different, this one's pretty good. So that's Superman Red Sun, and it also has double meaning. Because also the fact that he's Russian, like the red from Russia. So yeah, and Red Sun, obviously he gets his the powers from our sun, the yellow sun. The red sun takes away his powers. So yeah, so I would recommend it. It is on HBO Max.
Yeah, it's a good one too. I'll start watching it. It ain't made my list because I just started watching it.
Correct. Okay, cool. You're number 6, Matt.
Oh, all right. Number 6 has been talked about in length. It is James Gunn's Superman. Because I think Gil nailed it when he said this is Superman. Albeit the flaws with the movie, you don't want to see your hero get curb stomped repeatedly. That's never good. I think that's why I didn't like it the first time, because I'm like, Superman's my dude. I watched Smallville on repeat growing up. It was just Superman was the man. So I liked, I'll give another good thing. I liked the portrayal of Lex Luthor, because he was, Nicholas Hoult is not the kind of bigger, chiseled, slightly darker tone Lex Luthor that you're used to in all the comics and all the animated films, with the deep voice and, that brooding genius. But what they showed...
He's no Clancy Brown.
No. But what they showed more than anything was not just an evil Lex Luthor. A lot of movies are just, well, Lex Luthor's the bad guy, so we'll just make it, They went into the motive. Lex Luthor's insanely jealous of Superman to the point where logic is out the window. It doesn't even matter to Lex as long as Superman's gone or he's equal to Superman, and won't stop unless he's there. So I feel like that side of Lex being portrayed better, the jealousy, I kind of liked. I know it's a Superman movie and I'm talking about the antagonist, but like, just to add a little bit of something we haven't gone over in length to the James Gunn movie, I kind of liked. I like Nicholas Hoult anyway, but would I have preferred a different character with the same writing and portrayal of the same, jealous Lex? Sure, but he does a good job. I like the actor. He's good. He's Beast in the X-Men. He was just in that Nicolas Cage movie.
Last vampire movie, that Nosferatu, that I recommended for.
Yeah, he was good. I liked him in that.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
That was good, Gil. That was a real good movie too, Gil, by the way. Mm-hmm. I watched it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was good. That was good, Gil.
Did you realize that chick in the movie was Johnny Depp's daughter?
Is it?
Yeah. Lily Depp.
Really?
Lily Depp.
Yeah.
That's Johnny Depp's daughter.
I did not know that, man. She reminded me of the girl that played Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christina Ricci.
I could see it.
I thought it was. She reminded me of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, Christina Ricci did do a movie with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, it's called Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
That's a good movie. All right, man. My 5, Gil, and this is actually good. All right. It's good.
Okay.
It's Superman, the 4th. The Quest for Peace.
Quest for Peace.
Now, that was a good one, man. I like that one. I like Nuclear Man, man. Mm-hmm. A piece of Superman's hair to make him. His powers came from the sun. And then I think he had to eclipse the sun in order to, he was strong, man. Oh, man, that was my guy, man. I loved that movie when I was growing up. Yeah, I love that movie when I was growing up. I actually liked that one. That one was dope to me.
I do really like that movie.
Yeah,
I like the Nuclear Man costume.
I like Nuclear Man. Yeah.
So the only thing about that movie I didn't like was there's a scene when Nuclear Man, Superman, and what's her name? The Hemingway chick that was in it. She has no superpowers and she gets carried out into space. With no suit on or nothing.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that part, man.
Yeah.
Gil, You know what? That's a real. I never
Hmm.
thought about that part. You're right. How the hell
Plot
did you get out
holes.
of space? You just broke through the ozone layer, ain't
Yeah,
burned up
she
or nothing. You could
runs
breathe.
in the atmosphere, and he's just
Yeah.
carrying her, and she's.
That's
Yeah.
a
Was
good
that.
one, bro.
I
I
was
didn't
like,
notice
how
that
did
one.
they miss that?
Yeah,
How
they definitely. I missed that one. I just missed that until you just mentioned it. Like I just didn't
Mhm.
think that far.
But if it wasn't for that, I thought it was a pretty good movie. It was the last one. Christopher Reeves
Yeah,
portraying Superman.
yeah,
I liked the guy he was fighting, and what were they fighting on the moon?
yeah.
That was
On the moon,
that was pretty good. And I also liked foreshadowing. Not so much that I liked it at the time, but I like it now. I like that Gene Hackman was still Lex Luthor,
yeah.
but his sidekick was John Cryer, and John Cryer
Oh,
would later be Lex Luthor in
Hmm.
in the WB,
CW verse.
the CW, the crossover multiverse, whatever, with Flash and Superman and all that stuff. He would
Hmm.
later become Lex Luthor, and I thought that was
And
pretty.
he interacts with Tom Welling, who
Yes,
was
when they
Clark Kent.
he was the only guy. I'll say this: that dude, him playing Superman, I thought he was okay. I hated the movie, but I thought him playing Superman. I'm talking about the Superman Returns.
mhm.
That guy. What was his name?
Ralph.
Brandon Routh.
Ralph. Yeah.
I thought him as Superman. I thought he was okay. I didn't like the movie, but I thought
Yeah.
he was okay. He was all.
Hmm.
Because again, I like these taller guys. That's what I held against Henry Cavill.
Yeah, it was short and stocky.
Sure, yeah, he was more muscular than the other guy,
Yeah, he was definitely
but
muscular.
he was like 6 feet tall, and Superman's supposed to be 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, because that Christopher Reeve was tall. And,
Yes,
and then
all
the
of
new
them are
one,
tall. This dude is tall too.
yeah, he's tall. You can tell he's tall. That's what I did notice about the flick. I was like, yeah, he's tall.
What was that number 5?
That was number 5, brother.
All right, my number 5 is an animated one. It is Superman / Batman Apocalypse. Came out in 2010. This one really. Superman, he's one of the lead characters for sure, but the main character isn't Superman or Batman. It's Supergirl, because she finds her way to Earth, and they have to train her with her powers. They bring her to the island where Wonder Woman lives, and the Amazons train her. And then when they feel like she's been trained, they bring her back. At the end, they also have Big Barda. I'm a big fan of Big Barda. Big fan of Big Barda. She's in it. And then at the very end, when you think the movie is like pretty much over, and they go back, Supergirl, Superman, they go back to Smallville, their farm on Smallville, Kansas. Darkseid is waiting for them. And he comes out and he takes on Superman and Supergirl at the same time. Great fight scene between the three of them at the end on the farm. Awesome. So that's a movie I would recommend for you, Larry. I got a feeling Matt has already seen it. Am I wrong?
Oh yeah, I mean, if it's a DC animated movie, I've seen it. There's not one that I miss. That's the beauty of HBO Max. It's just they put them out, you watch them, and then I put them in a list, and then I just watch them again.
Well, didn't I like 10 years ago loan you like a whole bunch of movies?
Yeah, it was like a rental thing, like a red box.
Yeah, I would give you like a Blu-ray and say, my next haircut, give it back.
Mm-hmm.
Give it back. Here's a couple. Watch them, give it back.
Well, what the problem with that was I'd go home and watch it that night, and I'd be like, all right, every day, make sure I take this back.
Right. That's all right. Well, you were, I think you were either not married yet or not married anymore. So kind of, I was
Probably
like,
one of those.
just to fill the time. I give him this.
Yeah.
He forgets that he's alone.
Like Gil provides me with 2 hours of entertainment in my evenings.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Matt, what's your number 5?
Oh, Larry's not going to like this one. Oh, directed by Bryan Singer, 2006. It's Superman Returns.
Man,
Brandon Routh.
man, Gil, why ain't you giving a song and dance, Gil? Why ain't you giving the whole, you know?
Let him talk about it.
Let's go. I'm gonna let you speak
Let him
on
talk about
this
it.
movie, man.
Before I put in my input.
Okay.
Let Matt talk about it. Sure, Matt. Go ahead.
So,
tell me why it's so good.
Oh, it's so good. It made the list. It's number 5. It's halfway down the list because it is for me a nostalgic Superman movie, because being 30 years old and this coming out when I was 11, it was one of the bigger in the theater Superman movies. You know, the opening scene, he's coming down, stopping the plane in the baseball field, you know, and the nose of the plane crunches down and he catches that thing with one hand and then, you know, says something slick to the crowd and then just flies off with this plane. And like that, the opening of, like, you know, the American Superman, you know, and the bullet to the eye, the slow-mo, and, you know, just a lot of the classic scenes, and the, you know, obviously Lex Luthor being in there and a Lois Lane. I thought he played a really good nerdy Clark Kent. I wasn't crazy about the costume. I felt like the logo was it was a little too small. It could have been a little bit bigger, or at least, you know, how Christopher Reeves was the fabric it was on. So it didn't really matter. It was there, but they kind of had it like this embossed emblem on top, and it just looked a little small. It looked weird. But outside of that, I thought Brandon Routh was a great portrayal of Superman. I never understood, except for why, like, I mean, the movie, yeah, not great, but I like that. I like the nostalgia of it more than anything, but I like Brandon Routh as Superman. I like the fact that he came back as Superman in the Arrowverse and all that, you know, the crossover stuff. Really cool, because he's in like a whole season where he's not playing the Atom. He comes back as Superman. You know, he's got the gray hair. He's got that logo above Larry's head with the, you know, the new shield, and it fits. It looks cool. I kind of freaked out when I saw him. I was like, dude, they got Ralph back. I was just so I don't know. I did like that movie. Was it great? No, but I think it just more hits home because it was like, dude, big Superman movie at the theaters. I just hit like 11, 12 years old. I'm always going to like that movie. But I think, you know, because I saw it at such a young age, and, you know, at the time I didn't know much about Superman aside from the comics. So to go and see that in live action was really cool.
Well, you guys know my opinion of the movie, and I'm not a fan of the movie, although I do think he portrayed a good Superman. I really did not like Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor.
No.
Not
at all.
At all. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a pass, Matt, because you were 11 years old when you saw this.
Yeah.
So when, you know, you didn't have the frame of work that you have now. I think if that movie came out now and you saw it and you put it at number 5 or whatever on your list, then I would be burying you.
Oh my God, yeah.
You already shot me down, man. You already choked me. So look, I took all the bullets that you dodged, man. I took all the bullets.
I didn't. The thing was, you said yourself it wasn't that good, and you put it on your list. That's what I did,
man. I did, man.
Like, I liked it. I really liked it.
I did, man. I'm sorry. I shot my own bullet. Look, I did. I shot my own stuff with my own gun. You're right about that, brother. That red one probably would have been my 10 if I would have been able to watch it before you told me about it. That'd have been my 10.
You could watch it tonight.
I am watching it. It's good.
You can finish it tonight. The other one, the Superman Batman Apocalypse, that's really good.
That was good too.
And that's on there.
Yeah, that was one because she fought the big robot, right? It was like a big robot, wasn't it?
when they went to Apocalypse, there was a big robot. Remember, they all have to go. They got a boot. They got a
Yeah.
boot
Yeah,
themselves
Boom Tube to
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
to
Yep.
Apocalypse to fight Apocalypse and all those other Granny and
Yeah, Granny, yup, and like the Four
and-
Horsemen type thing.
and all those other female
Yeah.
warriors that Big Barda trained. I would love a Big Barda movie or series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heck
From like
yeah.
the beginning when she's bad, when she's
Yeah.
working for dark side before she turns good.
Yeah,
That would be good. That would be
Heck
good.
yeah.
I don't
that'd
know.
be
You
smart. They able to do that. That'd be smart.
would have to cast like a WNBA chick for
Yeah,
her.
you would.
She's big. She's a big woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bigger than Wonder Woman.
or with the CGI.
If you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
Don't CGI it because they
Don't
CGI She-Hulk and that was not good.
Well, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible for real. Like terrible,
Terrible.
terrible.
let's not do
No
that.
justice to that character at all. No justice. A lawyer. That was stupid. It was stupid.
Well, she is a lawyer.
Yeah, but
She's a lawyer, and she's as the lawyer, she is She-Hulk. But She-Hulk has muscles.
I
And
know.
Why all of a sudden did Marvel decide to do cutbacks on the special effects on She-Hulk? Why'd they do that?
They want to make it more sexy, I guess.
I mean, I understand she's not like muscular like the actual Hulk, but she has noticeable muscles. All they did was make her tall and green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. They didn't give her really anything, and
Nope.
she was kind of annoying.
Yeah,
Well,
she's a good
yeah.
character. They're probably going to have to bring her back with these new Avengers movies coming out.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we'll
when I
see
got
how all that
comics
goes.
In the 80s, she was in every issue. She was in every issue of the Avengers. And when you had the crossovers, the Avengers versus the X-Men, she was always fighting Rogue. So if they're going to stick with it in Marvel, they got to bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry, we're on DC right now.
Yeah.
All right, so number
4.
for you, Larry.
Man of Steel. Henry Cavill. I loved Michael Shannon, which he played in if y'all ever saw Bulwark Empire, he played in that too.
Yes.
He was
He was
prohibition
an
agent.
FBI agent.
Yep, he's a prohibition agent. Man did a great job as Zod. He did a great job as Zod. And I just loved the whole once again, being that he's short is cool. But I just like Matt said, him breaking the sound barrier, them crushing the buildings, the fight scene with him and the female, and then the mute dude, the mute dude that don't say nothing. I love how they recast him because that was just, the same characters I was in. Well, I'll talk about my other movie, right? But the characters. And I thought that the female underneath General Zod, man, she was a beast. Oh, she's a beast. And I love the fight scenes. I just love the whole movie, man. And I love Russell Crowe did a good job of being Jor-El. Did a real good job being Jor-El, And I just got a thing for that Lois Lane too. She played in the Hustle movie, American Hustle.
Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a thing for her, man. I like her, man.
Yep.
You all right? You
Yeah, I'm okay, bro. I'm okay.
Down horse.
I can visualize her right now.
Get down.
Yeah. Yeah, but calm down, America. But yeah, great movie, man. Great movie.
That's a good pick.
Yeah,
that's a good player. And you're right, Russell Crowe. That's one of the things I liked about that movie. Russell Crowe had a good role in that movie. They really, Brando, name wise for Superman the movie, was good, but he didn't really do anything special. I mean, all you got to do is see a documentary with Christopher Reeves talking about him. Christopher Reeves really did not like Brando on that movie.
I didn't like him.
He said he took the money and ran. He said he didn't even bother putting in an effort.
Wow.
Bro did a great job. I mean, the whole first 20 minutes of the movie is them on Krypton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And Michael Shannon, he was a great God. He's a great bad guy.
He is, man.
He's really good at playing a bad guy.
He really is.
He's scary.
Yeah.
See the Iceman?
Yeah, dude, that was so good. So
That's a
Have
real
any
character.
of you seen?
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's a real guy.
That guy, that real person
Jersey.
dumping bodies in the town next to where I grew up.
Was he?
He was dumping bodies in North Bergen, and I grew up in West New York, one town over.
Yeah, Richard Kalinsky.
Yeah, Kalitsky.
Yeah,
That's right.
real Iceman.
Dude, if you guys have not seen the movie Bug,
I saw it with what's her name? Ashley Judd. Ashley
yeah,
Judd.
yep,
Ashley Judd.
dude, where
It
he
was
locks
a little weird.
yeah, it's in the apartment with the, oh man,
Gold
that
tin
is,
foil.
yes,
and all
dude,
that.
that movie was wild,
Yeah, Bug. I gotta see that one.
Weird.
dude, so good. Let's see, what year was it? 2006.
I gotta see that Bug. Is it like is he weirdo?
He's convinced that we got bugs inside of us.
Oh, okay.
Finally, like later in the movie, convinces Ashley Judd of the same thing. So
It's a psychological movie.
yes,
Psychological.
yeah.
I like that type of movie.
It's not for everybody, that movie, but it is unique.
Okay.
Unique.
It's a 4, man.
Number four, right? Number 4.
4. Yep.
Number 4. It's been said already. I think both of you have already said it. I know Matt did, and it's The Death of Superman, 2018. I love. So the thing about this, this is gonna sound crazy, but I love Doomsday.
I did too.
Movie because he's a real bad guy. He's killing everybody.
Yeah.
He's killing grizzly bears. He's killing campers. You really like when the Justice League is fighting him. Like you're like nervous for them, you know, because they're hurting him, but they're not stopping him. And he's a bitch slapping Hawkman, and he's beating up Green Lantern and the Flash.
Doomsday is very adaptive, by nature, so he's gonna 100%. Keep coming back.
And I like the part that Wonder Woman told him, or was it Lois Lane? I forget now. But they told Superman, you can't hold back. That's one of the things, like you were saying, when Superman fights, he pulls his punches. He doesn't go all out. He doesn't max out.
Mm-hmm.
He was told, you cannot hold back. You're our last hope. You're hurt. You cannot go back. And he winds up punching him so hard, flying, that he breaks his neck.
He broke his neck. Yep.
He just spun all the way around. That was gross.
That was pretty awesome. And that's why I say I don't like seeing Superman get beat up or other people rescuing him, because he's the man. He was the one who did it. He's the guy. He's the one that saved everybody.
Yeah, he's definitely the guy.
Yeah, if you take Marvel, you take DC Comics, and you do the main superheroes. You take the 10 from Marvel and 10 from DC. Okay, your number one pick has got to be Superman.
Yeah,
it's got to be Superman. You might personally like someone else better. You might like Ant better, or you might like Wolverine better, and you might think Max Power, Jean Grey as the Phoenix might be the most powerful. Whatever. Yeah. But Superman's got to be your number one pick. He's got to be your guy. He covers all bases. Unless you're fighting somebody that's got Krypton, on them or something like that. Between his strength, speed, the laser vision, and what he is as a person, he's got to be, he's Jordan. He's Jordan.
Well, he's definitely Jordan.
Number one pick. So that was my number 4, The Death of Superman. What is your number 4, Matt?
Oh, number 4. I think Gil, you mentioned this earlier, is Superman Man of Tomorrow from 2020. It is another origin-esque story of Superman with a unique take and a lot of characters. It's a good time. Won't go too much into it because Gil mentioned, the characters Lobo, obviously, and all the coolness that's in that movie from 2020.
Oh man, my number 3. Well, you already talked about it. and I thought it was good enough to be number 3. It's Superman that just came out with James Gunn. We
The
already
new
talked
one?
about it. Yeah, I like that number 3. For me, of the Supermans, I thought they did a good job bringing them back. And then, like you said, him being a tall, he fit the role. Like for me, it was Christopher Reeves. At that point was Henry Cavill, but this dude actually did superseded him for me. And if it was just the little parts we mentioned in the movie that kind of threw it all, just the certain parts, but for the most part, it was a good movie. So it made my.
Heck
But
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we all liked it.
yeah,
So I think you've got it rated the highest
I do.
of us, but we all liked it. My number 3, it was already mentioned by I believe both of you, and it's Daniel Snyder's Man of Steel. What I liked about this movie was it was like 2 movies in one. It was like the Christopher Reeve Superman and Superman 2. It was like both. It was
Yeah,
an origin
yeah,
movie, and he got to fight Zod
yeah,
and the chick and the other big
yeah.
dude and stuff like that. Zod is one of my favorite,
Yes.
absolute favorite villains
Neil.
across the board. Kneel before Zod.
Lord.
That's one of the best lines
Best line ever, bro.
ever. I remember
Ever.
beating this dude in basketball. He was talking the whole time, and I'm like, if I win this game, I've got to have something to say. I got to have something to say. And sure enough, we won. I turned to him and said, kneel before Zod. And he said, F you, mother effer.
That's about right. That's about right. I was
thought
doing the same
my
thing.
line was better. I thought mine was better. But yeah, I could picture it to this day. I know what court I was on. I remember what the guy looked like. And he was better than me, but we won. So, sucker born every day. So that is my number 3. Matt, your number 3. Your bronze medalist is?
All right. Number 3 is, so here's a slight twist. It is Superman 2, 1980. The original directed by Richard Lester. But the reason it makes number 3 is because the 2006 Richard Donner cut that is a little bit longer, and it focuses more on Marlon Brando's Jor-El. There's more Fortress of Solitude. There's more emotion to the movie because it's less. There's a little less comedy in this cut. It's got a slightly darker tone to it. There's more, like I said, a lot more Brando. Couple minutes. I say a lot more, but almost just more information. And the tone of the movie is just different from the other one.
Yeah.
The 1980 version.
So this is a Superman 2, but it's got like extras in it.
Yeah, it's a recut. So it's not the Richard Lester version. It's the Richard Donner version who directed Superman the movie.
I got it.
So he went back and added scenes, and scenes that were cut were put in, and then some were shoots that were just like that weren't used or just extended scenes. So, but a lot of the stuff was just cut out because a lot of the gags were cut. So it's to me, it's more of a Superman focused movie because it's got a lot more. It's just grounded better, and it's got less, I don't know, Hollywood in it, and it just focuses more on Superman. So the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 is much better, but I still like the 1980 version.
Mm-hmm.
But just for a better, more serious tone, because in that time, it was all about kind of big action, big, not punchlines, but like, what do you call them? The catchphrases, like big catchphrases, big action, big everything. So there was like a lot of that going on. But this one, it's homely. It's more grounded. It's a lot better.
I never saw this, so this is actually the first I'm hearing of it. So this is gonna have to be something I invest in, because I like that.
Compare it to Superman 2.
Now it's funny that you say that this newer version of Superman 2 is from the director of the original Superman the movie, because that guy does not like when he hears that some people like Superman 2 better than the original, the one that he did. He does not like it at all. I saw him in a documentary that came out pretty recently, the Christopher Reeves documentary, and it's the director said in that one that people say that Superman 2 is better. He's like, Superman 2 was not better. It was not better. Yeah, he said so the fact that he redid Superman 2 and took footage, like unused footage from Superman 1 and put it in there and made it come together. I'm very interested in that now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested in it. I'm going to have to look.
It's a different feel for sure.
Well, Matt kind of mentioned my number 2, which is Superman 2. I mean, and my reasons because one, Zod, that original Zod was Zod.
Yes.
That's Zod.
He's scary.
Yeah, he was like it just, it's the role he is, or power. He was evil. Then you had the mute dude, and then you had the female. I thought the female was like a sexy, in her own sexy 80 way. She was a sexy 80, but strong and just, oh man. And then he went normal. He lost his powers, because he wanted to be with Lois Lane and and that chick has never been like a sexy Lois Lane to me. She just never was, if you want to have a bad Lois Lane, I'm once again the chick from
Margot. You didn't like Margot Kidder?
No, man, no. It's like watching Arthur and that chick Liza Minnelli, man. It's like that's what I compare it to, man. It's like watching that. It's like, how you gonna lust on her, man? Like, she just she's a plain Janer, below a plain Janer to me. But it's cool.
Like Liza Minnelli.
Did you?
A lot of people did. You gotta remember, she's Judy Garland's daughter.
But that's cool and all, but her mom looked good when she was 40. You know what I mean? But as she got older, she looked crazy. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I'm sorry, man. All the Liza Minnelli fans, her and Arthur she's just annoying in watching Arthur anyway. But she's annoying, man. But yeah, man, that General Zod, and then he comes back and like we just mentioned, kneel before Zod. And then it switched up, and he had the powers, and he squeezed his hand, and it was just, and they threw him back into the. Then they died. No, they died. They didn't go back into the what did that prison they was in?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone. Yeah, the Phantom Zone. Oh man, that was dope. That's a great movie, bro. Like that was like, of all the ones during that time period, that was the best one he did. And yes, it was better than the movie. Because like Matt mentioned, I thought it was more just real. It was more like, it was real. He was walking in the cold to get back to the Fortress of Solitude, right? And it felt real. It felt more real.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Great. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
So I'll elaborate my own way. My number 2 is also Superman 2, 1980. When it came out, I remember, so my mother was a big Superman fan. Okay. My mother was such a big Superman fan that when the animated series came out in the 90s, she watched it. She watched it without me. She watched it on her own. She was big. She used to watch the George Reeves Superman show back in the 50s when she was a kid. So she loved Superman. So she and I went to the movies to see this when it came out. Now, this was before your time, Matt, but Larry, you might remember this. So how movie theaters are now, they'll have like 6, 8 different screens in one big movie theater.
Yep.
Well, back in the day, back when I was 5 years old, the movie theater had one screen, and it was really big, and it would hold triple the amount of people that a movie theater, holds now. So it was really an event, but you had to wait online for forever. And I remember we were online for like an hour, and there were 2 lines, and on the other line was this mother and father, and they had 2 boys. The one boy was about my age, and the other one was younger. Well, after an hour, they tapped out, and they said, I don't know that we're going to be able to get in. We've waited an hour. There's still a bunch of people. And the two boys started crying. They're like, I want to see Superman. I want to see Superman. And they got out of line.
Oh, man.
I looked at my mother, and she's like, if they run out of seats, we'll just buy for the next showing. I'm committed to watching the movie here today. I mean, we took a bus somewhere to go to this theater to watch it. It was a thing. She's like, I'm not going back home without seeing the movie. So if we don't get in, well, we did get in. Didn't have the greatest seats, but we got in. And Superman 2, I thought it was fantastic. Yeah. I thought it was so good. Just like you said. I mean, I like Margot Kidder. Now you gotta understand, as a 5-year-old, I'm not thinking about like, is she hot?
Right.
I'm not there. I'm not there yet. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what attractive is. But Gene Hackman was still in it. The woman that you was talking about, Sarah Douglas.
Yeah.
Jackie Cooper. He was their boss at the Daily Planet. He was a child star, and then he was like in his 50s when the Superman movie came out. And the dude that played General Zod was Terrence Stamp.
Yeah, Terrence Stamp.
Was awesome, and
he was awesome.
He was awesome with the accent. Yes. Because him and the chick, they both have like British accents.
They got British accents, yo,
and it just makes them come across more evil.
Yeah. So,
I loved Superman 2, and that is my number 2, and I'm in agreement with you.
Thank you, sir.
On that one, Larry. What do you got as number 2 there, Mr. Matt?
Number 2 is Superman the movie, 1978. Okay. Richard Donner. It's the benchmark for Superman movies. It's Christopher Reeve as the debut of Superman that ushered in his life of fame and fortune. When you think of Superman, you think of Christopher Reeve first, I think, and then the other people in the Rolodex after. I don't know why, but I always remember the scene when went to Lex Luthor's mansion and he's in the hot tub and he's got the kryptonite necklace on him, and Lois Lane gives him a kiss and then takes it off, and he's like, well, thanks for taking it off, but why'd you kiss me first?
That's not Lois Lane.
That wasn't Lois? I'm remembering that wrong then.
It's that chick.
It's that chick.
When the new movie was doing all the selfie pictures and was dating Jimmy Olsen.
Oh my God. Okay. I have that remembered wrong. Yeah.
That because remember she goes when Lex Luthor shot out the 2 rockets, right? One's going one way, one's going the other way.
Yeah, yep.
And he said that the one rocket, where was it going to? Like Hackensack, New Jersey? And that chick said, my mother lives in Hackensack. And Luthor looks at his watch and he goes like this. And she saves Superman. She goes,
that's right.
With my mother, the first rocket is going to hit my mother's town. Will you save her? And Superman was like, yeah, I'm gonna try and save her. And he's in the pool, and she's the one that rips the chain off of him and throws it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because he's like drowning. He's like
drowning with the chain and the kryptonite on him.
Yeah.
He saves him. It's her.
Yeah. Dang.
And it's crazy that you brought that up because the new Superman, Jimmy Olsen's messing with the girl with the feet, doing the selfie.
Yeah.
I ain't see her feet.
Same character. It's same character.
Mm-hmm. And then that's the go back in time, go around the planet super fast and spin the planet backwards to save Lois from the rubble in the car.
Yep.
that's such a cool scene, being able to see that's like, all right, man, is it Superman or the Flash? Who's faster? I mean, you can both manipulate time at great speeds. I mean, Flash is obviously faster than Superman, no doubt. But I mean, it's pretty cool, and also something that I don't think's been used again.
Well, because we all know if that actually happened, it would be the end of all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even slow down how the rotation is going right now. I forgot what it was. If you slowed it down like 10 miles an hour, the earthquakes and all the stuff that would happen if the Earth's rotation was messed up in any kind of way. So the fact you would do it in reverse, yeah, you wouldn't be putting us back in time. So I guess no, not to do it again. It was fun for the movie.
And as the concept of like, we'll spin the Earth back and then everything goes back.
But we kind of now know that was, even for a Superman movie, very unrealistic. But yeah, but in agreement, I love that scene. At the time, I loved that scene.
What about Superman? I can't remember which film it was, but it was the Christopher Reeve where he's got the blue lasers and he's like fixing damage to buildings. Like
was that 3?
It might have been.
Was that because remember in 3 he's trying to help out. He's kind of dirty.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why you hate it, Gil.
And they're like, he's like, oh, what can I do to help? And they're like, oh, we kind of got it covered. Too bad you weren't here a little sooner.
That's when you hate it, Gil.
Yeah, it's the one I hated, but I remember it, and I remember why I hated it.
Yeah, it was because they had like some weird powers in there. It's like, Superman is now Minecraft.
He was kind of grumpy and grimy and dirty.
Yeah, he had the dirty suit. Yeah. He was drinking. He was like shooting scotch.
Yep.
Superman can't even get drunk.
But he sure can be a jerk.
Oh, man.
This is it. You got no honorable mentions.
None.
So what is your
number one of all time is Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. That is the movie for me. Like, that was the movie, man. Oh, man. Because you got so many movies in the one. You got the prior movie, A Man of Steel, and you saw, as they're fighting, you're seeing the hatred of Batman towards Superman, and he's, saying that we really are the heroes. You're not a hero, I'm a hero. Man's a hero, right? And then I'm like, how's he even going to do anything with Superman? Like, you can shoot him, it's stuff you could do, right? Hey, kryptonite bullets, kryptonite spear, right? And I love the dude that played Facebook dude being Lex Luthor. He did a great job being Lex Luthor.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes, he did a great job being Lex Luthor. I just loved his portrayal of Lex Luthor. And then he made Doomsday. And Doomsday was and then the introduction of Wonder Woman and the whole thing, and it just, Superman fighting Doomsday, and they really was going at it. That was a great movie, man. That was the one for me. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
I've grown to like that movie. When I initially saw it, I was disappointed because I had already read the Frank Miller's version of Batman fighting Superman, and I had already seen the animated movie.
That was fantastic. The Green Arrow with the missing arm that did the kryptonite gas. That was so cool.
But it grew on me. I like the fact, and I'll be honest, I never realized that Batman and Superman, both of their mothers were named Martha.
Yeah, Martha.
Never realized that. Never put that together.
Yeah, me either.
Gosh, that's right. Because Superman's like, save Martha, save
Martha. He said, what you get that name, Martha? Where you get the name from? What?
Yeah.
And the Lord said, that's his mom.
And I like how it starts too, because it's like the Man of Steel, the fight between Zod, and it's like all that wreckage that Superman and Zod did, and it destroyed one of the buildings of Wayne Enterprises. in the comic book and in the animated movie, Batman's older. I know they tried to make Ben Affleck a little older, but he's should have been like 10 years older than that, than what he was in that movie. He should have been, in his mid 50s, not, early 40s.
Right.
I had some issues with it, but all in all, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I did not love the Lex Luthor guy.
What?
I didn't love him in that because he didn't come across. He came a little bit like whiny to me, like how Matt was saying, when Lex Luthor usually has a deep, powerful voice, and this dude, his voice would get high pitched, and he was kind of doing like this shaky thing when he was talking, and I don't know, man. You got a preconceived notion of how you think a certain character is, and someone takes a different take on it, and maybe it was unfair on my part, but I didn't love it. I didn't love him as I did like at the time. I liked Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and that movie introduced her as that character. I love the music that they play every time Wonder Woman's on the screen.
Yeah.
I liked the three of them going against Doomsday. I liked that they needed that Lex Luthor used Zod's blood to create
The Doomsday.
Doom. Now, I thought they could have made him a little better. They should have had more spikes and stuff on him a little bit. He did look like a big turtle out of his shell.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. What else did I like about that movie? I liked the first meeting Superman and Batman had.
Yeah, when they first met, when he hit the
first met, and Batman says, "Do you bleed?"
Yeah.
And Superman flies away, and he looks at him and says, "You will."
Will.
That was dope.
Yeah, it was dope.
That was
because he smacked his car, because he smacked the car.
Yeah.
And he said that the bat dies at night.
Batmobile.
The Batmobile. He said the bat dies at night. Or he said, one of you bleed.
Yep.
You will. Yeah, that was crazy. That's
a good line. One of the things that hurt that movie for me, because they came out very close to each other, that Batman v Superman, and then shortly after that was Captain America Civil War, and the same premise was going to be, Captain America versus Iron Man. Mm-hmm. And I just thought that movie was better.
Marvel, though. Marvel.
And I also hadn't seen it. I already knew that Batman was going to beat Superman, because Superman wasn't going to go all out.
Pull the punch. Yeah.
He was going to do just enough to fend him off. But I knew that Kryptonite was going to be in play, and that's how Batman was going to win. I thought it was dumb when they show like Ben Affleck like working out, like he's working out so hard. What's the point?
Right.
What you want to lift weights? Like what's the point? Like if Superman gets past that armor that you have, you're dead. Yeah. You're dead. What are you working out for?
Right about that.
For what?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Anyway, so I thought that was a good movie. My number one, no big surprise, the original Superman the movie, 1978. I saw it in the movies shortly before Superman 2. They re-released it. So I didn't see it in 78 when it first came out. I saw it 2 years later when I was 5, probably
78. Yeah, I was born in 78, so I definitely ain't seen 78. That's when I was born.
Okay. Well, I was, but I was 3, and I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as I did when I was 5.
Right.
Okay. Good. Mm-hmm. So, and yes, my favorite part is just before he spins the Earth around the opposite direction, when Lois dies, he digs her out of the car. The emotion that he has. That's why I say Superman is human. Batman wouldn't have reacted like that. Superman reacts like that.
Well, Batman's heart gun got cold. He lost his parents to a gunfight.
Okay. That's
His
fair.
heart was gone cold.
We know Batman is human, which is half the reason why people like him, because without superpowers, he still beats everybody's ass that he fights. He even beats Superman.
Yeah.
But my point is the humanity, the emotion that a guy that powerful can have for people, for the environment, for animals, to the point where his rage, another emotion, he turns the planet's rotation to go the opposite way, to turn back time. That's awesome. Just the philosophy of that, awesome. That kind of thinking, even if it's not realistic. I mean, Superman's not realistic. I mean, it is what it is. But I love that part. I love that part where he is so heartbroken and the rage, and he just flies and he's like a bullet. Awesome. So I got Superman the movie number one. But let me tell you, Superman 2, it was like, it's not even 1-2 to me. It's like 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
It's really that close. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'll tell you. All right, I'll say it. One of the things I don't like about Superman the movie, though, is when Superman lands. He lands in Smallville, and the guy who Glenn Ford, who plays Jonathan Kent in that movie, when he's changing the tire. And you see, like, just before that, like when they go to like rescue like he's naked, like the boy's naked, and on TV they show him naked. I'm like, they don't even fuzz it out, man. I'm like, I don't know. It makes me. I'm like, why are they showing this little boy naked? He's gonna be scarred for life still after all these years. They're showing him naked on TV and stuff like that. Like have the robe around him or fuzz it out. They're showing his little Johnson on a super big screen. You know, his little Johnson's not so little. I'm just. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have the best of seats, so I'm sitting up close, and I'm like this. Anyway.
Oh man.
Just being real, bro.
Man.
I had a little Peter in my face as I'm watching that movie at 5 years old, and then years later, every time.
Was it like a Nirvana album cover?
They still show it. I got to put my thumb up. And just follow them. Anyway, so that is my number one. Now, Matt, we saved you for last because you've got honorable mentions that will lead to your number one. So let's hear the honorable mentions.
So the honorable mentions are both animated films. The first is Injustice from 2021. Which is really cool. I played the game. I read the comics. The movie was great. Yeah, just there's so many movies that it didn't quite make the top 10, but it's really good. It's also very recent. So
I don't mean to interrupt you, but if I did have an honorable mention, it would have been that movie.
Heck yeah.
I have the game, and
I have the game too,
and I've seen the movie, and it's great because he just like Superman had enough.
Mm-hmm.
The Joker killed Lois Lane. She was pregnant with his baby, and he had enough. He had enough, and now now like the superheroes were split, and now they have to like fight each other. And there's also that scene in the prison where they team up together because they all get loose. That's a good movie. I regret not having that as an honorable mention because that was I don't think it would have cracked my top 10, but it would have been close. So that's a real good.
Yeah, great movie. The second honorable mention is Superman Brainiac Attacks from 2006. Brainiac's probably one of my favorite Superman villains because it's just brain versus brawn. You have Lex Luthor, sure, he's smart, but he's not Brainiac. Plus, Brainiac is smart with access to alien technology. So, and then, I mean, Brainiac has made so many iterations and versions of himself. You know, and he's a ship, he's a floating head, he's a body, he's tentacles, he's he's a screen, he's a brain in a jar. He's it's just like you can't take this thing down. And it's like in any iteration of comics or animated films, when you see that symbol, that Brainiac's going to be there, it's coming, and that he's probably going to have some weaknesses for Superman, which is always really cool. But it's a good movie. It's a good take. It's just a cool classic Superman versus Brainiac, which I do love.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. The animation style is a little bit on the adolescent side.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty good. It's kind of got Brave and the Bold feel, but yeah, it's still pretty good. It's a good storyline.
I think Brainiac is the second best villain
ever
for Superman. Lex has got to be number one.
Yeah.
I got Brainiac 2. I got Zod 3.
And Doomsday 4.
Darkseid.
Darkseid, yeah.
Yep.
4. Doomsday 5. Mongol 6. and then I'm reaching. I'm just talking specifically maybe Granny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Brainiac is number 2. And I think if they do a Superman 2, Superman, not Justice League.
And that'd be smart.
It should be Brainiac.
Oh, you don't think you don't think it should be Darkseid?
No, because I think Darkseid is so powerful.
Right.
It would have to be a Justice League.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, man. And that's gonna lead me right into number 1, which is another Brainiac Superman movie, is Superman Unbound from 2013. Probably one of my favorite Superman movies. It's got my favorite villain, Brainiac, and it's got one of the famous lines, which is what I said earlier about James Gunn and his Superman movie, which I was going to tie back into something in my list. This is the tie back. So in the Superman Unbound, when he's pulling his punches and finally realizes, or has just had enough, that he's not going to do it anymore. And he's, at the big speech of, while he's wailing on him, he's like, all my life, I've had to restrain my power. I've had to pull my punches. And he's just like, and you know what? Not anymore. And then he hits, Brainiac so hard that he's just goes flying and bits of his armor's just going everywhere. And he just puts the hammer down, which I feel James Gunn has maybe taken a little reference there, having that, pull your punches Superman to come back and be like, all right, man, I've been, and it maybe it will be, maybe not Superman 2, but like a Justice League, a Darkseid, where he's got to just let loose because there's no other way. And finally you see like, all right, he's not, a guy you can curb stomp. He was letting that happen, because he can take it. But in any case, Superman Unbound, I feel like it's a perfect script. It's great. The animation's great. The story's great. It's awesome.
It is a good one. It is a good one. And I like that one better than the other one.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot cooler.
Yeah. So that's a good one. I could have used that as an honorable mention for sure. I didn't. It is what it is.
Well, they got mentioned anyway. It's all good.
Just one part, and it was your number 1. So
you're number 1.
When you told me about this 2 weeks ago, I was like, well, that's going to be my number 1. So I got to figure out 2 through 10.
I knew my top 3, but the only thing was I hadn't seen the new Superman yet. So I was like, I don't know if that's going to make the list, if that's going to be better, but I pretty much knew I was going to, my top.
Yeah, I already knew I already knew my top 2 off top. I already knew that. Now 10 was Struggle Bus, and you hated my daggone 3.
Hated it.
Hated it.
Yeah.
It's okay, America.
It's fun. So we would like everybody who's tuned into the podcast, and anytime they can go back and watch this, to please leave a comment, a like, subscribe. Tell us whose list you liked best. Tell us which movie you liked best. Tell me if I overreacted to Larry's couple movies that I thought should not have made the list. Now I know I'm going to get hate back, and I'm ready for the smoke. I'm ready. I want the smoke. I want all the smoke. Okay, because if you want to say that's his opinion, that's his right, I'll say yes. My retort is his opinion sucked. That's going to be my retort. But please comment. Now I want to do another one. I want to do one more in 2 weeks. It'll be our last one for the summer, because now football is up, and I know me and Larry want to get into that.
Oh, yes.
I got one more I want to do, and I want to invite our friend Michelle on this one. This one is going to be the grand poobah of all of them that I think we've ever done. I've wanted to do this one for a while, and I think since it's, summertime, summer blockbusters, you think best movies of the year, I want to do top 10 movies of 1984.
84?
84.
I was 6
Wow.
in 84.
I don't care how old you were. You look up.
Not 80s, specifically 84.
84.
You're going to see 50 movies that you've already seen.
Okay.
You're going to be like,
84.
oh, this came out in 84. Oh, this came out in 84. The hard part, because I only want 5 honorable mentions, the hard part is narrowing it down to 15. That's going to be the hard part.
Many great movies came out 84?
Great movies. Not good, great. A lot of your childhood are based off of those movies that came out in 84. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 100%.
Okay.
100%. Yeah, Google top 100 movies of 1984, and you'll recognize 50 of them right off the top. This came out in 84. I thought this was later. This came out in 84. I thought this was earlier. This came out in 84. This came out in 84. Yeah. The hard part is narrowing it down to 15.
Dude, I've seen already a bunch of these.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Have faith.
Dude.
The problem.
I'm looking at these movies and I'm getting excited for the next list.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm on it, man.
Larry, the opposite is going to happen. Where you were struggling to come up with 10 for Superman, you're going to struggle to keep it down to 15.
Okay. I like that.
Have
I like
1
that
through
better.
10 ranked and 5 honorable mentions. You're going to want to put 25 movies on this.
I like that better, Gil. I like to have more options than less.
Well, you're going to have a lot.
My man.
I already know what my number 1 is, but I don't know what my 2 through 10 is, and I don't know what my 5 honorable mentions are.
Okay.
I don't, because it's going to be you're going to and I'm going to be real. This is like the Mafia one. You're going to jot down 25 movies, and you're going to be like, I got it down to 25. How the F am I going to get this down to 15? Then when you do, you're going to be like, how am I going to rank them 10 to 1? How am I going to do this? This is going to be work. This is not going to be I'm going to do this a Monday night before our podcast on Tuesday. And by the way, I hope we could do it on a Tuesday, but Michelle's schedule, I'm not sure. We might have to do it on a Monday, might have to do it on a Wednesday. Okay. So I'm going to say in 2 weeks, we're going to try for Tuesday. Could be Monday, could be Wednesday. We'll post, once we get a date, we'll post it on social media to let you all know. But this is the big one. This will be the biggest top 10 that we've done in almost 2 years. In September, our show will be 2 years old.
Yes.
This will be the biggest one. Bigger than the Halloween ones, the Christmas ones, the Oscars ones, the superhero ones, the Vigilante one we did last year, Superman this year, the Mafia ones. this will be the biggest one. This 1984 will be the biggest one, no doubter. And if Michelle joins, it's going to be a 3-hour one. So get your popcorn ready.
And you sleep.
This one is going to be a dandy. Trust.
Heck yeah.
Trust. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. Special guest, my main man from Matt's Monday Review.
Yes.
Matt Shackelford. You can catch us every Tuesday at 9:30. Now, again, I'm not sure about next week. We'll keep you posted. Not next week, in 2 weeks. We'll keep you posted. Hopefully it is Tuesday at 9:30. If not, we will update you on the date, the day, the time. It'll probably be 9:30. I just don't know what day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. In 2 weeks, it will be the top 10 1984 movies. Yep, you're going to want to save and put it on the watch later list because it's going to be something special. So
it's going to be your drive to work podcast for a while.
Yeah, this is going to be the one you're going to listen to all week. Drive to work, drive home, on your lunch break, all week. And then again, comment, hit like, subscribe, tell a friend, because we want your feedback. So, for my main man, my partner, Larry Loper, and Matt Shackelford, I'm Gil Larry. We'll catch you in 2 weeks. Deuces, y'all.
Oh, man, great show, fellas. Great show. And
Great
we need
show.
a 2-hour show out of okay.
Great show.
Well, thanks for having me, gents.
Always a pleasure, my brother. Always a pleasure.